My fiancé texted, "Can't talk right now." "Busy all day," I replied. "No problem." I remember staring at my phone that morning, half smiling. Meetings all day sounded exhausting. I typed back, "No problem. Crush it today." I even added a thumbs up emoji, because that's what you do when you trust the person you're about to marry. My name's Ethan Carter, 32. I work from home, small tech company, flexible hours, nothing fancy. My fiancée Rachel, 29, was a marketing manager at some trendy cosmetics brand downtown. We'd been together 5 years, engaged for 8 months, wedding set for next spring. Everything felt steady, safe, familiar at least. That's what I thought. That Wednesday morning started like any other. She kissed me goodbye around 7:30 a.m., wearing her usual business casual grey pencil skirt, white blouse, a travel mug in her hand. "Don't wait up for me," she said. "The execs want a full budget review today. It's gonna be brutal." I smiled. "Go show 'em who's boss." She laughed. "Love you, I love you too." That was the last time those words meant what I thought they did. Around 11 a.m., my phone buzzed. Unknown number. I almost didn't pick up. But then I heard, "Hi, Ethan. This is Mr. Carlisle, Rachel's manager. Sorry to bother you. Is she okay?" My gut tightened. "Yeah, I think so." "Why?" "She called in sick this morning," he said. "Food poisoning, apparently. Sounded pretty bad. Just wanted to check if she needed anything." My world paused. "She called in sick." I repeated. "She left for work. Said she had meetings all day." Silence. Then a cough on the other end. "Ethan, Rachel doesn't have any meetings today. I'm looking at her schedule right now. It's completely clear." That sentence landed like a punch dot. We hung up after a few awkward goodbyes. I sat there for a long minute, just staring at my phone, trying to make sense of what I'd heard. Maybe there was some misunderstanding. Maybe she had an emergency. Then something told me, check the camera. We'd installed a ring system a few months back after some package thefts in the neighborhood. Front door, driveway, backyard. I opened the app and scrubbed back to 7:30 a.m. There she was, leaving the house. Coffee mug, work bag, waving at the camera like always. Then, 10 minutes later, 7:40 a.m., a black Mercedes rolled into our driveway. Not hers. Not anyone's I recognized. A man stepped out, maybe mid-30s, tall, sharp suit, the kind of guy who wears confidence like cologne. Rachel came back out of the house, only now she'd changed. Gone was the business outfit. She was wearing a light blue sundress, carrying an overnight bag, and then the kiss. Not a goodbye kiss. Not a friendly hug. It was slow, familiar, too familiar. They got in the car, together, and drove away. I watched the clip again, then again, hoping maybe I'd imagined it, that it was someone else, that the lighting was bad, but no, crystal clear. 108 OP heartbreak at that moment. Everything inside me split. Half of me wanted to scream, to call her, to demand answers. The other half, the colder, quieter part, decided to wait. I texted her around noon. "How are the meetings going?" She replied 10 minutes later. "Ugh, brutal. CFOs tearing everyone apart about quarterly numbers. I might not survive this day. Love you." I stared at that message for a long time. My fingers trembled as I typed back, "Hang in there. You've got this." Then I smiled. The kind of smile that hurts your face because it's trying to hide something else. By 1 p.m., I'd already made a decision. Every Wednesday night, we had family dinner at her parents' place. Her mum, Linda, called it tradition. Rachel never missed it, so I wouldn't either. But tonight, I'd bring my laptop. At 4 o'clock, I called Linda. Hey, do you mind if I bring my laptop tonight? Wanted to show everyone some photos from Rachel's birthday trip. Oh, how lovely, she said. We'd love that. You know how she adores reliving vacations. Perfect, I said, keeping my tone even. See you at 7. Rachel got home around 6, right on time. She looked radiant, like she'd just spent a day at a spa, not a boardroom. Hair perfect, makeup flawless, a faint floral perfume trailing behind her. Rough day? I asked. She sighed dramatically. You have no idea. I'm completely wiped. CFO was on a warpath. I nodded. You deserve some lasagna therapy then. I'll drive tonight. She smiled, oblivious. You're the best. On the drive to her parents' house, she scrolled through her phone, giggling at memes, humming softly to some pop song. I just stared ahead, my grip on the steering wheel tightening every few miles. She had no idea. None. I'd watched her leave with another man that morning, and now she was sitting next to me, joking, texting, acting like nothing had happened. That quiet part of me, the cold one, whispered again, wait, don't blow up yet. Let the truth speak for itself. By the time we pulled into her parents' driveway, my plan was already set. Dinner would start like normal, small talk, laughter, lasagna, and then, when everyone was comfortable, when the room was warm and full of chatter, I'd show them exactly what she'd been doing during those meetings. Because betrayal hurts most when it hides behind normalcy, and tonight, I was done pretending everything was normal. I didn't want to be a control freak, especially not her. But something was off. The meetings usually started at 10 a.m. and lasted until 6 p.m., 8 hours. No lunch, no texting. Not even a selfie like she usually sends when meeting with clients. So I opened Find My iPhone. It showed she was at a hotel not downtown where she worked, but near the airport. I was dumbfounded. For 10 minutes, I just stared at the screen, hoping it was just a bug. Then I decided to drive there. When I got there, I parked across the street and waited at 5:47 p.m. She got out smiling, holding a cup of coffee with a guy I'd never met before. He opened the car door for her as if they'd done it 100 times. I took the photo. Not to post, not to share, but to prevent myself from lying to my intuition later, that night. When she came home, she hugged me as if nothing had happened. She even said, "I'm so tired today, those meetings, ... I looked her straight in the eyes and asked, "What hotel were you staying at again?" She froze. Just for half a second, but I saw it. The panic. Then she made an excuse. "Oh, that's the client's event room. You're overreacting. Why did you follow me?" I didn't argue. I just showed her the photo. She paled and said, "It's not what you see." But she couldn't even tell me his name. Her mum texted me asking what happened, and I told her the truth. With the photo, I haven't decided what to do next. But one thing is for sure, those meetings are officially over. 3 days later, after she moved into her sister's house, I got a text from her. "Can we talk? I owe you an explanation." At first, I ignored it. Then, Another text came. It's not what you think. I swear. Please, listen to me. So I agreed, but only to meet in public. We met at a small cafe near her sister's house. She looked tired, her eyes red as if she hadn't slept. The first thing she said was, "I'm not cheating." I just sat there, she continued. He's not some random guy. He's an old friend. He's helping me with a side project for the company. We're just staying at the hotel because he has a client there. I asked, "And that's why you said you were in a meeting all day?" She nodded, hesitantly. "I didn't want to tell you because it's personal. I didn't want you to think I was hiding something." The irony almost made me laugh. Then I showed her the hotel's conference. Schedule in print. There was no record of her company. Her face fell at that. She whispered, "Okay." I didn't mean for it to get this far. When I asked her if she'd met him before, she didn't answer, just looked down at her coffee. The silence said it all. She started crying, saying she missed him, that she made a mistake, and that she just wanted attention. But the truth is, once someone chooses denial over honesty, there's no going back. I told her I hoped she would find peace, but I was done. Then I walked away, leaving her alone at the table as I drove home. My phone rang one last time. "I will always love you. I'm just not ready to lose you." It was funny that she would say that after doing so. It had been 2 months since that coffee shop conversation. The first few days, she kept texting long paragraphs, "I miss you" texts in the middle of the night. Voicemails I never opened. Then silence. Her sister contacted me once, only to say she'd moved in with that Geetha one from the hotel funny. The same friend she swore she barely knew. I thought I'd be mad, but really, I just felt free. I started focusing on myself again. I went back to the gym, reconnected with lost friends, even went on solo trips. Between quiet mornings and long walks, the noise in my head finally stopped. A month later, she emailed me subject line, "The End." In her head, she wrote, "You were the best thing that ever happened to me, but I ruined it. He wasn't worth it. I wish I had been honest." I didn't reply. Not because I wanted to be cold, but because I finally understood something. Closure doesn't come from their apology. It comes from your decision to move on. So I archived her emails, blocked her number, and deleted every photo that still made me question my choice. Now, when people ask if I'd ever get back together with her, I just smile and say, "You can't go back to fire after you've learned to breathe again." I used to think love was something you had to fight for, no matter how broken it was. But I was wrong. True love doesn't have to be pursued, it's there, even in silence. When Rachel lied about those encounters, I thought my world had collapsed. I spent months replaying every detail, every smile, every word, trying to find the exact moment she stopped being mine. But there's no such moment. People don't fall out of love overnight. They drift away, pretending everything is fine. And by the time you realize it, they've already left you in your heart. The truth is, I'm not mad at her for cheating. I'm mad at myself for seeing the signs and choosing to ignore them, for thinking that loyalty meant patience, for believing that love can exist without honesty. It took losing her for me to realize that peace isn't something you find in another person. It's something you build when you stop begging for explanations. Months later, I stopped checking my phone every morning, stopped waiting for her name to appear. Instead, I started taking Max for walks around the park, relearning how to breathe. One evening, the sky turned a soft yellow before dusk, And for the first time, I didn't feel the emptiness in my chest. There was only silence. And in that silence, I understood something. She wasn't my punishment, and I wasn't her villain. We were two people who met, loved, lied, and lost, and that was okay. Because every heartbreak teaches you something no happiness ever can. It teaches you where your boundaries end, where your forgiveness begins, and who you become when no one is watching. I don't hate her anymore. I don't miss her either. I just hope she finds the sincerity she couldn't give me. For my part, I've learned that sometimes the most meaningful endings aren't about getting someone back, there about getting yourself back. And in that way, this story, as painful as it is, hasn't broken me. It's made me grow,